97.1 FM, The Morning Drive. Pete McMurray, Danny Mac is out fishing. Scott is here. Our next guest is a Chicago guy. Born in Blue Island, went to Highland Park High School. He loved acting so much. He and a few other guys started a little theater called the Steppenwolf Theater. You remember that, Scott?
Yeah, right there in the heart of Lincoln Park.
Uh-huh. You've seen him in Apollo 13, CSI New York, The Green Mile, and, of course, being nominated as Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
You must be my FNGs.
Morning, sir.
Oh, get your hands down. Do not salute me. There are damn snipers all around this area who love to grease an officer. I'm Lieutenant Dan Taylor. Welcome to Fort Platoon.
That is fantastic. It's Gary Sinise. Gary, how are you?
I'm good.
Gary, can I talk about you for a second? Let me just talk about
all
you.
Right.
You are a great Chicago guy because you always give back. And I've told you this a few times, and I want to say it again to our Drive listeners. You come and do Steppenwolf, you come and do fundraisers, you keep theater alive in Chicago, you never forget about your roots back here in Chicago, and your Lieutenant Dan Band, you continually give back to the troops, these men and women who have fought for our country.
Well, thanks very much. Yeah, most of my band members live in Chicago. That's where the band kind of got its start. And it's part of my foundation. The Lieutenant Dan Band is a program, actually, of my nonprofit foundation, the Gary Sinise Foundation, and we, some of the money that comes in to support the foundation helps me to take the band around the country and support our military and play at military hospitals and try to lift spirits and raise money and raise awareness for what our troops are going through. That's what we're doing this Saturday at Cantini Park for Rockin' for the Troops. This will be our 10th year for supporting Operation Support Our Troops America, and we're going to be out there Saturday night. You can go to rockinforthetroops.org to figure it out and come on out. We always have a great crowd there.
And you just mentioned your band is, a lot of them are based in Chicago. I know one of your past band members and one of your current band members. I know Gina Gonzalez and I know Julie, who's with you now. And you have found some of the greatest musicians. This isn't just a little fun thing because you played a character named Lieutenant Dan and you said, let's piece something together. You've got great musicians backing you up. I mean, this is a full-on show.
Well, yeah, there's so many great musicians in Chicago. That's where I met Kimo Williams, who's a composer and a professor at Columbia College. Years ago,
Sure.
he composed the music for one of our Steppenwolf shows in 1997. We just started jamming together a little bit, and then we started going out on the road for the USO, and now we've played over 300 shows. Kimo's no longer with the band, but some of the folks that were there in those early jam sessions are still with the band. Ben Lewis, who's a keyboard player, Ernie Denoff, a guitar player. Gina left the band about 3 or 4 years ago, but she still plays with us every once in a while, and Julie's with the band. We got just a great bunch of people that all, a lot of them from Chicago.
Well, one thing that I want to say, Pete and I have had lots of guests on the show that have played really important roles, memorable roles in movies and TV shows. And a lot of times they'll say, well, I don't really want to talk about that. I've moved on from that, and I want to talk about my current roles. You played this iconic role of Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, and you own it. You hold it. You took it and you've taken it to the next level, and you've now turned it around to help others. So thank you for doing that. I think that's the Chicago in you that allows that to happen, that you don't shun the character.
Well, I could be associated with a lot of worse characters than Lieutenant Dan. I mean, he was a good character in a very popular movie, but more importantly, I discovered when I started visiting the military hospitals, and I'd walk into a double amputee or a triple amputee and start talking to them in their hospital room, that they wanted to talk about that character. They thought that because I played somebody who had lost legs, or I could relate to them in some way. And so I really just realized that character meant something to our military and to our disabled American veteran population. And it was 20 years ago that I, played that part. But early on, right about 3 weeks after that, I was contacted by the Disabled American Veterans Organization. That's, a over 90-year-old organization that supported our wounded for years. And I got very involved with them, and I realized that they really embraced that particular storyline, and I realized it was just going to be a part of my life because I'm supporting our military, and if people want to call me that's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
We're talking with Gary Sinise. I can't believe it's been 20 years with Forrest Gump. Is that one of your favorite roles of all time?
Well, it's certainly an important one, yeah.
Can I ask you about another one of your roles? Reindeer Games, the pool scene with Charlize Theron. Was that a stretch for you when she took off her top and you guys embraced?
Okay, I'm not going to go there. Right?
The Lieutenant Dan Band is playing in Wheaton on Saturday night. Gary, give the websites and your foundation website if you'd like so people can donate even if they can't make it on Saturday.
Well, you can go to rockinforthetroops.org. That's Operation Support Our Troops America. Or if you want to know more about the Gary Sinise Foundation, what we're doing out there, go to GarySiniseFoundation.org. But come on out on Saturday night for the concert. Have a great time supporting the troops out there.
Gary, you're the best. I don't know if you want to reach through the phone and rip my head off or you want to love me forever, but I love it. I love talking to you.
Thanks so much. I'll come back sometime.
All right, Gary Sinise. Thanks, Gary.
Take care. You bet.